Makes you think back when you were a kid.
Riding shotgun with Wayne Mount.
Just they look good and they sound good.
You inevitably wind the clock back decades.
Yes, sir. Anything over 25 years old is antique.
The man from Middlesex County prefers vintage transportation.
Just love of cars. Just love of cars.
The older, the better.
They're fuzzy, but they also light up.
The owner of King of Dice.
I had these made for me, but not many left.
Sells custom car parts to like-minded collectors.
This is a reproduction of the 1957 Dodge Lancer.
But what really revs Wayne's engine?
You can connect with them and they can connect with you like you would not believe.
A different sort of horsepower under the hood.
Good-looking animals. Power. The power the animals have.
When the New Jersey native was just 10.
This was my dad. This is me when I was a kid.
Wayne's father introduces him to the world of horse racing.
That was in '61. That picture was 1961.
The decision alters Wayne's track in life.
He just liked horses. He just liked horses, always wanted them.
In 1963, Wayne accepts a role as exercise rider at the Meadow Horse Farm in Doswell.
You knew about it. You knew it was some great horses.
The 19-year-old can't rein in his excitement working at a place with such a prestigious pedigree.
They wanted us to run, you know, not just gallop, but run like we were racing, and that's what we were doing there. It was something else. They took me in just like, I was still a kid, so to speak, and they just took me right in and became one of them. It was amazing.
Coming to the wire, it's Riva Ridge. No, they are safe.
During his 12 years at the farm, Wayne is tasked with training the legendary Riva Ridge.
Couldn't ask for better. Couldn't ask for better.
It's Riva Ridge now in front by half an inch.
The thoroughbred will win the Kentucky Derby and Belmont Stakes in 1972.
It just so happened I was at the right place at the right time with Riva. I just always liked him. Always liked him.
But Wayne's brush with galloping greatness takes an even bigger leap.
And right after that, went right down to business. It was amazing when we first started straddling them.
One morning, a foal at Meadow Farm needs exercising.
Nice horse. You have no idea.
An animal who will rewrite the history of sports.
He just took his time, and when he decided to go, even Ronnie said it, the jockey said when he decided to go, he went. Didn't matter, he was going.
Wayne was chosen to ride an unknown horse named Secretariat.
He's a freak. He's a freak horse. He's got to be, to do what he done.
And they're off for the lead.
In the spring of 1973, the four-legged athlete sets the bar so high.
Secretariat is fourth and moving up on the outside. And is now
His Triple Crown feat has been standing tall for 51 years.
He was an amazing horse. He really was.
In one 5-week span, Secretariat shatters records at the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont Stakes.
No, once Derby came, he said, bye, let's go.
Accomplishments unmatched before or since.
This horse actually became America's horse. He was the one. Everybody loved him.
Wayne says few people predicted Secretariat's dominance.
I knew he was going to be good. Oh, I felt that he'd be good, but I didn't know how good.
How rare was the opportunity to ride the horse nicknamed Big Red?
Well, let me tell you what, he showed everybody. He showed everybody.
It is estimated more people have walked on the surface of the moon.
What an incredible effort. Demolished that field and absolutely demolished.
I couldn't believe it.
No contest. Listen to the crowd. Listen.
I could not believe it.
I mean, I get chills because my dad got the opportunity to ride the greatest racehorse
Elizabeth Parrish says her dad's Secretariat story ranks high in family lore.
You're not going to find a lot of people that have had that connection with such a great horse.
Secretary could hear that camera click or something, boy, and he'd be watching.
Granddaughters Eveline and Allie marvel knowing their proud papa once rode on the back of perfection.
It's great bragging rights for being around my horsey friends, and yeah, it's really cool.
That's insane. Like that he was only just a little bit older than me, like to do something that big is just crazy.
This spring, Wayne drives 65 miles from his farm in Saluda to Ashland to witness history.
They did a really nice job.
The dedication of Secretariat in bronze.
See how they tie their knot?
I was gonna say, look at the detail.
For this 80-year-old, it is a welcome trot down memory lane. More than half a century after riding one of the greatest athletes of the 20th century.
65 Chevrolet El Camino.
These days, though, this retired horseman
They're just super cool.
turns to another form of transportation with a little giddy-up.
Oh, it's fun to drive. Oh, it's definitely fun to drive.
But Wayne Mount, the man behind the steering wheel, will always prefer sitting in the saddle of another American classic.
I was there, yeah. That's amazing.
For I Have a Story,
Just lucky being at the right place at the right time. That's, what else can I say? It's like winning the lottery.
I'm Greg McQuade.
My goodness, never in my dreams did I think it would be a race of that.
CBS 6 News.